It's Week 7 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Panthers and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they enter play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. And I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Let's go!
No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Not a whole lot out there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get into ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. And that falls to the ground. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Fighting to stay upright. Escaping the pressure right. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Second and 6. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
He'll check this one down to Gainwell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to throw again. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there for Philly.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because They spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles, but what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. They'll run here with Gainwell.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Kenneth Gainwell.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The give is to Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 18. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete. Smith has it.
7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. J.J. Watt never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that is incomplete.
You got it! You got it!
I'll tell you what, these last...
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. Mike Evans, a touchdown reception. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. J.K. Dobbins with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half,
they start the drive here with Gainwell. Gainwell a first down and more.
26 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He goes right back to Higgins, and this time he's got it.
That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Not much there, only a yard. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Short game last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. Being chased out left. Now he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. They'll go again to Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a first throw here in overtime. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Jeremy Chin picks it off.
We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing, so now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw, hopefully successfully the next time.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder, maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here, field goal or a touchdown now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry.
7 yards to pick up there.
This being their second opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
And here's a handoff to Gainwell.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys who's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Eagles, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.